next guest is here in her spot. She came, I asked her if you're local, and she said no, quite the opposite. Pretty much the opposite of being local. She came all the way from Taiwan. So that is a bit of a journey, correct?
Yes.
It's got to be...
a little over 24 hours.
Okay. I was going to say it had to be somewhere around 24 hours. So thank you very much for making that trip. Of course, you're going to be with us probably all week, I would imagine, right?
Yes.
We're not just doing the virtual today. We've got a couple of in-person events. Anyway, enough of all that. Thank you for being here. I'm going to turn it over to you. From Edison Travel Taiwan is Crystal Lin, Director of Marketing. The floor is yours, Crystal. Take it away.
Thank you. It's my honor to be here, and it's also a fun thing to do to promote Taiwan. And I grew up in Taiwan, but I left Taiwan for my education and everything else for 18 years. Now I'm back to Taiwan and working on one of the very passionate missions in my life, which is to promote Taiwan. I like to bring Taiwan to the global market, to the global platform. And I love to share what I know about Taiwan with all of you here. After a long day, hopefully, you guys still have the energy to listen to me. Anyway, Taiwan, we want to call that your next star destination. And at the very beginning, we will go through, some of the key knowledges about Taiwan. But, okay, I got to practice push this one. Since we have a Taipei 101, so I like to call this Taiwan 101. All right. Before we talk about airports, some people may say, why are you here sharing, about Taiwan? Why do we, need to promote Taiwan as the new destination? I kind of wanted quickly to talk to you about what I think there are the key selling points of Taiwan and the key points that you would love to hear. Why Taiwan? Basically, I would like to go through a few things, alpha order, because I don't want to say, which one is the most important, which one is the most fun. I would say diversity. I would say food. I would say nature, shopping. Lastly, warm and welcoming. Okay. Because of everything happened in the past 100 years, in Taiwan, Taiwan has influences from all different places, all different generations. And that creates the diversity nature of Taiwan. And then a lot of people would go to Taiwan for the food. And I'm sure if you are one of the, gourmet chasers, then you will love the food there. Nature. Taiwan is a small island, as you can see, very small. And when you drive from north to south, maybe 4 or 5 hours, then you'll get there. But it has the great coastal formation and all the coastal lines. That's also the, chaser for the nature chasers. Then shopping, of course, we have a lot of local stuff, and shopping is very affordable. That's the most important. Warm and welcoming vibe. Yes? No, I'm not changing yet. Not yet. Okay. So lastly, I want to share with you is, it's a warm and welcoming place. And when you go there, you just can feel the different vibe there. So I did not try to switch the PowerPoint yet. I just want to, give some key points. Now, the first slide you will see, I show you the airports that people generally come to Taiwan. But mostly, I would say 95% people will come through TPE, which is Taipei, the capital of Taiwan. There are a few from Kaohsiung, especially for people from Southeast Asia or some, west of Taiwan, they might come through Kaohsiung instead. TSA mainly is more like a Japan and Korea Airlines. Most of times also, they utilize that for direct travels to China. All right. As you can see, it's an island. It has, majority, I think 60% of the area is mountains. So you can see how much nature resources we have there. One of the mountains, which is the tallest one, is called Yu Mountain or called Jade Mountain. The mountain was one of the 14 finalists of the 7 Wonders of the World. So that was, very treasure for us. And we can even offer one-person mountain climbing program for the Yushan. Okay. Then I want to talk about the weather. It's humid, definitely, especially in summertime, July and August. So I would not recommend, travel in those 2 months. But in general, I like May through September because it's warm and you can do a lot of outdoor stuff. I also enjoy the winter time because when you're in Taiwan, you don't really feel the freezing cold. There is definitely some humidity there, but compared to a lot of countries, I think we are fortunate to have the weather we have. In this island, we have a total of 17 cities, and there are 6 offshore islands. But for most of first-time comers to Taiwan, they don't really aim for the offshore islands. Instead, they spend a lot of time, out of those cities. And out of the 17 cities, I will also introduce just some of them. The key ones that have the, attractions or the experiences or the fun things that you like to, try the first time. As I mentioned before, Taiwan has the diversity feature of the nation, of the history, of the culture. And I mentioned about, the influences. So if you look at what I have, written here, of course, we have our local people, the indigenous culture and tribes. And during the past 50, 70 years, Taiwan was controlled by Japanese, and then Dutch and Spanish people also went to Taiwan for various reasons. Mostly, I think it was for business. But those people brought tremendous influence to Taiwan people. And then for the, I call that emperor dynasties, during the more than 5,000 years of Chinese culture, the last 2 dynasties, which are Ming and Qing, have placed a tremendous influence to Taiwan. Because of that, they have brought food, they have brought cultural events to Taiwan, and everything became like the culture base of Taiwan itself. Then, of course, in 1949 and on, you guys have heard about, our economic growth and political issues, and of course, semiconductor. That's really the, spotlight right now. Okay, festivals, again, from indigenous culture, from everything from China and all the, I call them intruders, and that creates all the festivals that we have in Taiwan. And food, the pictures here, you can see some of them are Michelin gourmets, and some of them are overseas food. Even we have a nice Indian restaurants there. And then there are local stuff, and famous food everybody heard about and everybody wants to try overseas or in Taiwan is Din Tai Fung, the xiaolongbao. Okay, and that has become like a must-go restaurant for most of the visitors to Taiwan. And night markets is one of the best places to go in Taiwan. And there are several night markets. Pretty much every city has one, big, small, or some cities have more than that. And these are all the local stuff. I would not call them Taiwanese local delicacies because some of them do come from China. All right. As I mentioned, we have 17 cities. And I will only, focus on a few of them, starting from Taipei. Taipei is the capital of Taiwan, and everyone heard about Taipei 101. It used to be the tallest building in the world for a few years. And then in 1949, when there was the war, between the two political parties. Of course, that creates a lot of movements. At that time, a lot of museum treasures were brought from Beijing to Taiwan. That's really the base of our National Palace Museum. And this museum has the largest collection of all the Chinese treasures. And that's, definitely the must go for a lot of, visitors to Taiwan. Then, as I mentioned, night market. There are few, I would say the top ones in Taiwan that happen to be in Taipei. And pretty much all the visitors will visit at least one or two. Some of them will hop into every single night market. Every night they stay in Taiwan. Then next city is called New Taipei City. Actually, New Taipei City is a surrounding area around Taipei City. They used to be one city, but then as the city, grew bigger and bigger, they decided to put them in two governing entities. And out of Taipei, which is called the New Taipei City, it was the nature to start with because it's close to the coast. But then it also was the starting point of the business to Taiwan, as I mentioned about, Spanish people and Dutch. Some of them came to Taiwan from the northern part. So that created some business there. And the first one you see, Jiufen Village, it was a gold mining town. So there is a gold museum there. And of course, because the mining business that created people there, that created a lot of business. So people would go there for the night market and for all the great food there. Then Salmon Lake is an iconic lake in Taiwan because the shapes of the lakes, one looks like a sun, one looks like a moon. That's called a Salmon Lake. Okay, I gotta go a little faster.
Yeah.
The Alishan, very high mountain. It has the great forest feature, and people will also go there for the forest railway. It's a nice experience to try. When you're riding a small train, within the forest. And then that's also a great place for tea farm, for great place for coffee, because we do have some, very particular coffee farms there that people cannot find anywhere else. Tainan is the oldest city in Taiwan. So that has a lot of history and culture happening there. And a lot of people will set that as their main goal when they visit Taiwan because of, just they want to chase that very ancient China feature there. When we go down to next city, it's called Kaohsiung. Kaohsiung has the largest Buddha figure there. It's called Foguang Mountain. So a lot of people with a religious like a mind, they will go there and visit, and the museum is also a must go for them. Pingdong is the famous for their coast feature. And as you can see the beach there and the rocks and formation and everything, they go there for snorkeling or scuba diving. Taidong is famous for the indigenous tribes and also the coastal lines. If you look at the very bottom photo, it's called Sanshantai. It's one of the 4 stopovers that you have to do when you go to Taichung, and then you just enjoy all the views and all the rocks. Last thing I will mention, Torgo National Park. All the foreigners are asking about when that comes back. Unfortunately, 2 years ago, the huge earthquake has caused a lot of damage there. It's still under repair, and we don't know when it's coming back. Some of the roads are open, but we cannot go inside for the trails yet. Since time is up, I'm going to stop right here.
Okay, wonderful. All right, Crystal Lin, thank you, all the way from Taiwan herself.
My pleasure.
Representing Edison Travel. It is a pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much for being here today. All right, moving right along, we have EXO Travel, and we're going to make way for Justin. Crystal, if you want to vacate that chair. We'll let Justin come on in. Justin Park, GM for EXO Travel. And Justin, it looks like we're going to go to Korea now, right?
Yeah, right.
You're going to take us to Korea and tell us all about EXO Travel, how you work with Goway, and, of course, the fabulous destination of Korea, which is another one that everybody is talking about these days, whether it's for, dance music, etc., or
Food,
glam and food.
K-pop.
What's that? K-pop. That was the word I was looking for. But then I talked to somebody last week, and they were talking to me about, what is it, makeup? That's another thing that's happening in South Korea. Am I right about that?
Yeah, personal color consult.
Yes.
What
All
makeup?
of that,
Yeah.
Yes. So whatever it is, Korea is on everyone's lips. So anyway, enough of me. It's over to you, sir. You have the clicker right there in front of you. So that will advance your slides once Don pulls it up. And what's that? Yeah, point the clicker towards Don. That'll move the slides. Okay. And the floor is yours, Justin.
Okay, hello everyone, and thank you, Goway team. It's an absolute pleasure to be here at the Goway Asia Forum. I believe you are always looking for that next destination that will make your clients say, "Wow, that was the trip of a lifetime."
There we go.
Yeah. So today, I'm here to tell you why South Korea is exactly the destination right now. We all know about the global phenomenon of the K-wave, like just we said,
Yes.
K-pop and K-drama and K-food, even in the military area. Yeah. Sorry. But Korea as a travel destination is so much deeper than what we see on screen. It is a land of beautiful contradictions, and it is currently one of the most dynamic and safe and highly yielding market for your client. So, why Korea? First, Korea is world renowned for its safety and security. But beyond the safety, Korea is a destination where you can experience high-tech innovation, deep-rooted culture, and stunning nature, all in their most perfect forms. So, what makes Korea such an easy sell for you guys right now? Let me give you 3 core pillars. First, your client don't have to choose between a fast-paced city break, a quiet nature retreat, or a deep culture dive. Korea gives them all 3 on a silver platters. One day they are exploring futuristic shopping district in Seoul. The next day they are hiking the gorgeous peaks of Gangwon, and a couple of hours later they are working through the thousands of years of royal history in Gyeongju. It's this constant mix that keeps the itinerary so exciting. They will never get bored. Second, you're going to love this. Korea's connectivity is unbelievable. If you look back at the map of the South Korea, the country is incredibly compact. Thanks to our bullet train, KTX, and quick domestic flight, literally every single destination on the map is under a 3-hour ride. That means zero wasted travel days for your client. They spend less time starting out a bus window and more time actually exploring. For you, it means you can build a rich, multi-city itinerary without any logistical headaches. Lastly, today's travelers don't just want to take photos, they want to do things. So we focus heavily on immersive experience. We are taking private culinary master classes, lunch in local house in Seoul, K-pop dance workshop, and curated K-beauties experience like spa and shopping trips. So, you all know that Japan has its own famous golden route. Well, Korea has one too. It goes from Seoul to Andong, Gyeongju, and Busan, and usually finishes at Jeju Island. This route is perfect because it shows your client both ultra-modern cities and Asian history in one single trip. Now, looking at this map, you might think covering all these places take weeks, but here is the best part. Getting around Korea is an absolute breeze. South Korea is actually quite compact, about the size of Indiana or Portugal. Thanks to our fast KTX bullet train and quick flight, every destination you see here is under 3-hour ride. Your client will spend less time sitting in a car and more time making memories. Let's take a quick look at what each region offers. Start from Seoul. The beating heart of Korea is 24 hours modern city where futuristic skyscrapers stand right next to Asian royal palaces. It is a perfect and high energy place to start. And Gangwon, just 1 hour from Seoul. This is a paradise for nature lovers. Your client can hike beautiful mountains or simply take a relaxing cable car straight to the top. And Andong and Gyeongju, these are the cultural soul of Korea. Andong shows you real living traditions and old folk villages. Gyeongju is like a giant museum without words, packed with the Asian royal tombs. And Busan, Korea's second largest cities, but with a totally different laid-back beach vibe. Think beautiful oceans, amazing seafood market, and cool cafes by the water. And Gwangju, this is the art capital of Korea. It's world famous for modern art galleries, incredible food, and deep history. It's perfect for your creative client. And Jeju Island, just a quick 1 hour flight from Seoul or Busan. The volcanic island is famous for beautiful nature and luxury beach resort. It's the best place to relax at the end of busy tour. By connecting these amazing cities, your client get a fresh and exciting experience every single day. So now let's talk about the crucial details that ensure a seamless premium experience for your client, our fleet and logistics. We manage our vehicle capacities strictly to ensure maximum comfort and plenty of room for luggage. So for individual travelers up to group of 4, we utilize a Hyundai Staria. It's exceptionally spacious, modern, and most of our vehicles are manufactured within the last 4 years, ensuring a pristine and factory-fresh ride even for a full group of 4 with luggage. If you want to offer an elevated experience, we have the Kia Carnival limousine. While it comfortably fits up to 4, it delivers the ultimate wow factor and the first class feel when booked for just 2 passengers. It's available for just an approximate 15% or 20% surcharge, making it an easy upsell for couples celebrating an anniversary or demanding extra luxury. Once a group hit 5 passengers or more, we move up to Hyundai Solati. We manage this based on the luggage. If the client with luggage, it comfortably accommodates up to 8 passengers. If the client without luggage, it can host up to 20 passengers. So if your client demands the absolute highest standard of prestige, you can request as bench sprinters. While a standard sprinter is comparable to a Solati, many of our executive drivers have a custom upgraded these vehicles to A-seat VIP mobile lounge. Rest assured, whatever the group size, your client are riding in pristine comfort. So now, knowing this unique strength, we have worked closely with Goway to develop exclusive brand new product. The first product, Seocheon Pedicab Tour. Forget the crowded tourist trap. We take your client to Seocheon, a hidden gem where historic Hanok alleys meet trendy hipster cafes. But here's the kickers. We don't just have them work. We put them in a private pedicab. As they cruise through these secret alleys, their driver shares incredible hidden local stories. It's a total wow moment, and it will make you look like a travel genius. And next product, we also have an essential city tours done entirely by Seoul's public transit. And trust me, our subway is a cultural experience in itself. It's spotless, safe, and high tech. We take them to the big three, Gyeongbok Palace and Bukchon Hanok Village, and a food drive into Gwangjang Market. It's the ultimate mix of iconic side and its authentic local life packaged into the unforgettable day. Next, for clients who want a deeper cultural experience, we go to Andong Hanok Village for the famous Hawe mask dance. This is an authentic traditional show that uses comedy to make fun of old noblemen. But it's not just a show. Afterward, your client get to backstage. They can put on history mask and learn the dance moves directly from the actors. It's fun, interactive, and clients love it. And Gyeongju hiking product. So the person in the picture is just me. Finally, we have a Gyeongju, the heart of the Korean Buddhism. The best place to see this history is Mountain Namsan. It's about a 90-minute hike to the top. Along the way, your client will find Asian stone Buddha statues hidden in the mountains. It makes them feel like Indiana Jones looking for lost treasure. When they reach the top, the view of the old capital is absolutely beautiful. It's the perfect mix of history and nature. Now let's talk about the Jeju. Now let's talk about the Jeju Island. Looking at the map, it might look small, but it's actually quite big. That's why we drive our itinerary into two main parts, east and west. First, you should know that Jeju is a volcanic island. It has a giant mountain in the middle called Mountain Hala, but it's also covered with hundreds of small volcanic cones called orim. A fun activity for your client is hiking these small hills one by one to see different view of the island. If your clients go to the east, they can climb Seongsan Ilchulbong, Jeju's most famous volcanic landmark. It's an easy 30-minute walk to the top, and the ocean view from there is beautiful. Also, the famous Manjanggul lava cave is reopening soon. For family travelers walking through this massive underground lava.
Yep, we're going to give you 2 minutes.
Yeah. Manjanggul lava cave is reopening soon. For family travelers working through this massive underground lava tube will be an unforgettable deep nature experience that kids and parents will both love. Can I go further?
We got 1 minute.
Okay.
So whatever you most want to say, now would be the time.
Okay. Okay, then let's take a short, brief explanation about the hotel. So, okay, so let's quickly look at hotels. A big note for you: we have secured the static rate for all the hotels listed here. So we have here Four Seasons, Sofitel Seoul, and Signiel Nostalgia Hanok, and Lahan Hotel in Gyeongju, and Park Hyatt, Signiel Busan, Wyndham Grand. It's a great selling point for your client is that 5-star hotels in Korea are much more affordable compared to Japan. So it's a very easy upsell. Four Seasons Gwanghwamun is without a doubt the absolute best hotel in Korea right now for both location and services. If your client wants something modern, Sofitel Gangnam and Signet are fantastic high-end option. In Gyeongju, we highly recommend Lahan Select Hotel. Hilton is also there, but honestly, it's a bit outdated. Just a quick insider tip for Gyeongju. During peak season, hotel get very limited, so breakfast buffet can get quite crowded, and the hotel are located slightly away from the main downtown. In Busan, we have three great options, but Park Hyatt Busan is our top recommendations. And here is the best part: our current rate for Park Hyatt Busan is incredibly competitive. You won't find a better price. So please pitch this to your client. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Justin, from XO Travel. A little taste of Korea there. And again, a destination that is emerging in Asia, and we are getting more and more inquiries all the time. So thank you, sir, for that. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we are moving on. Next, we have, I think, a recorded presentation, Satara Travel. I've been practicing my stands. I'll probably mess this up. Anyway, we're going to the stands. So Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and maybe I missed one in there. But anyway, there are 7 in total. Right, of course. We're not doing Afghanistan and Pakistan. Anyway, you're going to learn a little bit more, as well as I, when we watch this presentation by Shiraz Punja, Managing Director for Satara Travel.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Shiraz Punja and I am the CEO of Satara Travel. And today, I would like to introduce you to Uzbekistan, one of the most fascinating and fast-growing Silk Road destination in Central Asia. Where are we on the world map? Uzbekistan is located in the heart of Central Asia and historically placed a key role on the ancient Silk Road, connecting East and West through trade, culture, and science. Map of Uzbekistan. The country offers impressive diversity, from the historical cities of Samarkand, Bukhara, and Khiva to mountain, deserts, and unique aerial sea region. Travel between the main destinations is comfortable and relatively very easy. Uzbekistan is now much easier to reach from North America. There are direct flights from New York to Tashkent, as well as convenient connections through Istanbul, Doha, and Dubai. Today, Uzbekistan is well connected with Europe, Asia, the Middle East, and North America. This flexibility allows travelers to combine Uzbekistan and other Central Asian destinations. Domestic flights connect major cities such as Tashkent, Samarkand, Bukhara, Urgench, and the Fergana Valley, helping reduce travel time and create comfortable itineraries. One of the highlights of traveling in Uzbekistan is the modern Afro-Sayab high-speed train. It offers fast, safe, and comfortable travel between Tashkent, Samarkand, and Bukhara. Uzbekistan is one of the easiest destinations in Central Asia to promote. The country offers simplified entry procedures, improving infrastructure, excellent value for money, and a reputation for safety and hospitality. The destination suits a wide range of travelers, from luxury FIT clients to student and culture groups. Uzbekistan is flexible, affordable, and increasingly accessible. The classic Silk Road journey usually includes Tashkent, Samarkand, Bukhara, and Khiva. Each city offers a completely different atmosphere and experience. Samarkand is often called the jewel of the Silk Road. The Registan Square, Shah-e-Zinda, and Gul Amir Mausoleum are among the country's most iconic historical sites. Bukhara offers a more intimate and authentic atmosphere with traditional neighborhoods, artisans' workshop, and preserved Silk Road heritage. Khiva feels like a true open-air mausoleum. Its UNESCO-listed old town, Inchen Kala, is one of the best preserved historical cities in Central Asia. What makes it different? What makes Uzbekistan specially as is authenticity, travelers experience genuine culture, local trans traditions, and meaningful interactions in a destination that is still not overcrowded. Youth tourism. Uzbekistan is also becoming popular among younger travelers thanks to outdoor activities, mountain excursions, adventure tourism, and culture experiences. Gastrotourism. Food is an important part of the Uzbekistan experience. Travelers enjoy traditional dishes such as pilaf, grilled meats, handmade noodles, and fresh bread baked in clay ovens. Each region has its own specialties. Popular dishes include manti, lagman, shurpa, norin, and the famous Uzbek pilaf. Traditional sweets. Wow. Uzbek hospitality is closely connected with tea and traditional sweets such as baklava, halwa, chak, and navar. Beyond the classical route, travelers can discover the Savetsky Museum in Nukus, the Aerial Sea region, the artisan traditions of the Fergana Valley, and the mountain resorts near Tashkent. Tailor-made capability. At Sitara Travel, we specialize in tailor-made journeys. We organize FIT groups, private tours, special interest groups, and multicultural Central Asian itineraries. Transportation. We work with modern vehicles and experienced drivers to ensure safe, comfortable, and reliable transportation throughout the region. Our programs combine international hotel brands with carefully selected boutique and heritage properties that reflect the character of each destination. This sample itinerary combines Uzbekistan's main Silk Road highlights, using a comfortable mix of trains, flights, and overland travel. Discover Central Asia. In addition to Uzbekistan, we also organize tours throughout Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Turkmenistan, creating unique multicultural Silk Road programs. Why Sitara Travel? Sitara Travel offers strong regional expertise, reliable local operations, responsive communications, and many years of experience across Central Asia. We seek ourselves as long-term partners, providing fast quotations, full ground handling, and continuous operational support throughout every journey. Thank you. Thank you very much for your time today. We hope this presentation has given you a better understanding of Uzbekistan and Central Asia, and we look forward to a continuous future cooperation. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, and thank you for that, Sitara Travel. Again, I think one of the things that makes Goway so unique is the fact that our destination specialists have been to a lot of these places that they're selling. So we're going to partner you up with somebody at Goway that is an expert in the country and in the destination. And what better way to do that or to talk about that than have one of our very own destination specialists. Amelia Chi is with us today. And Amelia, you've been to Bhutan. I would imagine that you may be one of the only people in Goway that has been to Bhutan. Is that correct? Or is there quite a few?
Actually, I'm the second person.
Wow, so there's
on my
only
team.
two.
Yes.
Okay, so it is kind of, I had a feeling there wouldn't be many that have been to Bhutan.
Yes.
So this really, I think, illustrates the fact that we want you to be able to feel confident that when you reach out to Goway, no matter what the country or the region, you're going to get a destination specialist that has become an expert in that region because they've traveled there and they've experienced the destination firsthand. So you, Amelia, are going to talk about your Bhutan experience.
Absolutely.
All right. Take it away, Amelia.
Thank you. Bhutan is nestled deep within the Himalayas between India and China. Bhutan feels like a true step back in time. It is a country where ancient traditions are preserved, monks still chant in centuries-old monasteries, colorful prayer flags dance in the mountain wind, and happiness is valued more than material wealth. Bhutan is, you fly into Bhutan from Delhi, from Kathmandu, from Kolkata, from Dhaka, as well as from Bangkok. There were direct flights. Bhutan is a Himalayan kingdom in South Asia, bordered by China, India, often called as the land of the thunder dragon. About 70% is forest covered, one of the most eco-friendly countries in the world. Strong spiritual culture with numerous monasteries, zongs, and chotans. It preserves traditional ways of life with national dress and architectural uniformity. Best time to travel is between March to May, September to November, December to February. Parozangsa, which is the Tiger's Nest Monastery, is the iconic cliffside monastery perched 3,120 meters above sea level. Punakazong, beautiful fortress at the confluence of two rivers. Thimphu, the capital and the largest city. There's no traffic light. And modern meets traditional charm. The currency is Goldrum or rupee, are also accepted. And visa is required to travel to Bhutan. This is a picture of the Bhutan airport. I flew to Bhutan from Kathmandu on Druk Air. This is the picture of the suspension bridge when you arrive at the airport on my way from the airport to Thimphu. As you can see, there's no traffic light. The traffic is directed by police, and it tells you that this is really a step in time, the first glimpse of Bhutan. Beautiful hotel, luxury stay, and a very entertaining cultural dance performance. The first visit is the Tashicho Zong. It's a Buddhist monastery in Thimphu. This is the national Memorial Chotan. The locals go there to pray from early until the evening. This is the beautiful Buddha statue. It's 17 feet tall. It is one of the statues that the locals pray, and it is a must visit for visitors to Bhutan. As you can see, it gives you a beautiful panoramic view of the city from the mountaintop. This is a hike that I did. It is a trail hike before I go and hike up the Tigers Monastery. As you can see, the Textile Museum and Painting School, Bhutan takes immense pride in preserving its traditional arts and crafts. At the Textile Museum, visitors can discover the intricate hand-woven fabrics and colorful patterns that form an important part of Bhutanese identity and ceremonial dress. One of the most scenic parts in Bhutan is the Tochula Pass. It is located high in the mountains. The pass is famous for its 108 memorial stupas, set against a backdrop of snow-capped Himalaya peaks. On a clear day, the panoramic mountain views are absolutely breathtaking. It is also a place of quiet reflection and spiritual significance. Punakha is the next little quaint town that I visited on my visit to Bhutan. You will see the prayer wheels everywhere throughout the country, in monasteries, in villages, and mountain paths. Bhutanese people spin these wheels while reciting prayers, believing it spreads blessings, compassion, and positive energy. This deep sense of mindfulness and spirituality is something visitors can feel almost immediately upon arriving in Bhutan. Punakha Zone is considered one of the most beautiful zones in Bhutan, located at the meeting point of two rivers. The stunning fortress monastery was once the capital of Bhutan and remains one of the country's most sacred sites. As you can see, the building, the architecture is beautifully painted, and the architecture is something is to amaze. Bhutan also offers luxury accommodation. This is a luxury tented pool villa with a private swimming pool up in the mountains. It is very serene. It is intimate. It's total seclusion. Paro town is a little quaint town lined with local shops, boutiques. There's no traffic light again, and traffic is just calm and easy. The National Museum is Bhutan's museum, offering a fantastic introduction to the country's history, culture, and traditions. It provides wonderful insight into how Bhutan has managed to preserve its identity while carefully embracing the modern world. No visit to Bhutan is complete without experiencing the legendary Tiger's Nest Monastery. Perched dramatically on the edge of a cliff nearly 900 meters above the Paro Valley, Tiger's Nest is Bhutan's most sacred and iconic site. Bhutan is more than just a destination. It is an experience that touches the soul. From ancient monasteries and majestic Himalayan landscapes to vibrant traditions and peaceful spirituality, Bhutan offers travelers something increasingly rare in today's world: authenticity, tranquility, and meaningful connection. For many visitors, Bhutan is not simply a journey through a country. It is a journey inward.
Wow, amazing. Amazing. So when was it that you were there? Not that long ago, I would imagine.
I was there 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yes.
Okay. And if you had to summarize your experience in Bhutan, how would you describe it?
It is a trip of a lifetime.
Okay.
Yes, it must be a bucket list on everybody's traveling list.
Interesting, right. And before we let you go, tell me, how many countries have you been to in Asia?
In Asia, have been Mongolia, Nepal, India, Japan, China, Thailand, Maldives,
Korea?
Korea. Yes, recently I was there last
Okay.
month.
So I'm thinking you've been to most of them.
Yes, including
Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, did you mention?
Vietnam, not yet.
Okay. Thailand, Cambodia,
Cambodia and Malaysia,
Malaysia,
Yes.
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that gives you an idea of the scope and the depth of the destination specialists and their level of knowledge, the investment that they make into their career. I mean, you're passionate, obviously, about Asia, I would
Yes.
imagine, right?
Yes.
So is your team. Your team is very passionate about Asia. So when a travel advisor comes to you, Amelia, and says, I have guests, they want to go to India or they want to go to, I don't know, Vietnam, and they don't know necessarily how to sell it, you're the right person for them to be talking to,
Yes.
correct?
We will guide you
Yes.
with our experience, with
Yes.
our skills, with our knowledge.
Yes, that is the secret sauce, really. I think for Goway and you, the travel advisor, we're going
Yes.
to partner you up with somebody, if not Amelia, somebody just like Amelia, and can help you with that itinerary and put something together that's very special for their guests. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much for doing this today. We really appreciate it. And you've put Bhutan on the radar for most of us now. We got to go there at
Yes,
some point.
it's a must.
Okay. All right. I'll take it as an order. Thank you so much, Amelia. I really appreciate it. And we'll let you get back to work, right?
Yes, thank you.
All right. So moving along, folks, we have another pre-recorded for you. And some of you may be wondering, when are we going to talk about Hong Kong? Well, that is exactly what we're going to do right now. Is we're going to go to the Hong Kong Tourism Board, and Mr. Clark Hung, Assistant Manager of Trade and Marketing. All right. So as you probably figured out, we don't have sound on that particular video. So we're going to work on getting that fixed and putting that together for you. So we're going to pause for Hong Kong, and we're going to come back to it once we get the video or the audio figured out. In the meantime, I think what we'll do is bring on our next guest. And just like I mentioned, Hong Kong we haven't talked about. There's one other destination in Asia that we have not talked about that Moira, hours ago this morning, mentioned to you is really starting to creep up in our top 10 in terms of destinations that you, the travel advisor, are coming to us and asking us for. And that is, of course, China. Are we going to bring on China next? Yeah? Okay, so they're going to come on. So I didn't want to spoil it too much by saying, but China is now... after probably 4, maybe 5 years of not really being on anyone's radar, now all of a sudden people are saying, you know what, I'm ready to go back. I want to experience China. It's, of course, in the news every single day for one reason or the other. There is a lot happening in this country. It's dynamic, of course, and it is a destination that I think a lot of people in North America find completely and totally fascinating. So it would be impossible for us to talk about Asia today and not pay a visit over to China. And that is exactly what we are going to do. And we are welcoming China Delight. Mr., you're going to help me with this, Xingong Wang. Did I get that
Thank you.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you very
Oh my
much.
God.
You speak wonderful Mandarin.
Oh, geez. So I was alluding to the fact that it seems now everybody's talking about China again.
Yeah.
Are you seeing that as well? Like numbers are starting to increase.
Yeah.
You're getting more and more requests from partners like Goway, et cetera.
Yeah, exactly. Over the past few months, we can see, the business picking up over there
Yeah.
in China for the inbound part.
Right.
And the Chinese government has been doing great in the granting many visa-free, policy to different countries. Now we have almost all the Western European countries and the East Europe countries and Canada, Australia, all visa free.
Right.
Coming to
Yep.
China, and then starting from last December, we also implemented the 240 visa free policy to all the the countries. So
Yep.
which means that you can travel to China, within 10 days.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. 10 days being the key, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So with this, all of this policy, new policies, we see the interest and the demands coming to China.
Yep.
And it's, as you know, that China is the biggest country in Asia, and so you really cannot get rid of us if you sell Asia. Yeah.
Right.
So we have many to sell. So yeah.
And is 10 days, is it doable in 10 days? I have a feeling you're going to tell me no, but is it doable in 10 days, China?
You can't, do everything within
Right,
10 days. But for first comers, Beijing, Xi'an, Shanghai,
Yep.
the three cities representing different phases of China, you can, easily cover those three cities. And nowadays, many people, they want to combine China with other, destinations in Asia,
Right.
like Japan, South Korea,
Yep.
Singapore. And so it's easier to
Yep.
get the flights among the countries.
Right.
So China became part of the Asian trip.
Right. Yes. And how different is China compared to all of those other countries, right?
Yeah, you're right. And the China, people nowadays interested in visiting China not only because of the traditional sites and the historical sites, but also the the high technology and innovation in China, which were developed over the past decades. And China is so famous for it's like the high tech, the AI,
Yep.
and also the electric vehicles.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
In many respects.
Yes. But anyway, I'm not going to take any more of your time, Mr. Wang. I'm going to turn it over to you. You have the clicker, and we will wait for your presentation on China.
Great. Welcome to China. And so today, we are going to take you as a first visitor to China. We are going to cover Beijing, Xi'an, Shanghai, and Chengdu and Guilin. And now we will have our first stop in Beijing. Beijing is the capital city. It's a center of the culture, political center, and the cultural center of the whole nation. And we're going to see the Forbidden City right in the middle of the city, and it serves as the imperial palace for the two last feudal dynasties, which has a history over 600 years. Besides Forbidden City, we will also visit the Great Wall. In Beijing, we have several sections of the Great Wall, and so you can check with your destination specialists on the differences of each section, because different parts of the wall have features different characteristics. For example, like the Mu Tianyu section of the wall, which is an hour-and-a-half drive to the north of Beijing, and you can experience the cable car right up to the top, and also take the toboggan to slide down, so which is really a cool experience. Besides the Great Wall and the Forbidden City, we're going to visit the Summer Palace and the Temple of Heaven, and also the Tiananmen Square as well. So these places are considered as the icon sites for the first time visitor into Beijing. And we'll have many like a nightlife to experience, to explore over there in Beijing, and the Peking Opera and also the Kung Fu show. We will have a lot of like a hands-on experiences over there in Beijing, like the dumpling Chinese traditional way of doing dumplings in the Hutong area, traditional courtyard, Chinese courtyard area, and we will have a lot of local delicacies to try in Beijing, like the Peking duck, the hot pot, and the famous Beijing noodles. As everybody knows that Chinese food is always served in a family style, so that's the way we have our Chinese meals. In Beijing and the hotels, we have good hotels ranging from 3-star to 5 stars. All the big brands like the Four Seasons Peninsula, down to the the local boutique Chinese style properties. So they're all good to try. So after Beijing, and we're going to visit Xi'an. Xi'an is actually it's Asian city. Xi'an used to be the capital city for 13 feudal dynasties. So Xi'an is, I would say, probably 5 years backward than Beijing. It represents the Asian face of China. And of course, the number one site we're going to visit is the Terracotta Warriors Museum, one of the 7 wonders in the world. That's a peak number one. Besides the Terracotta Warriors, we can also visit the Asian City Wall, which boasts a history of 600 years. The city wall in Xi'an is the only one well-preserved city wall in China, and also the Wild Goose Pagoda. A lot of wonderful local food in Xi'an area. We will have the Xi'an, the famous dumplings. Also, the lot of nightlife over there. We can do the show, the Tang Dynasty dinner show, and also we can do the foodie tour at the Muslim Quarter. A lot of local snacks. Same as in Beijing, Xi'an boasts wonderful hotel properties like the Ritz-Carlton, the Sofitel Legends, down to the like a many three-star boutique hotels in the Asian city. Yeah, we now is Shanghai. Shanghai is another face of China representing modern. Shanghai is a financial and economic center of the whole country. And Shanghai is much newer than Beijing and the Xi'an. But Shanghai nowadays, I would say that the development in Shanghai is amazing. In Shanghai, we can, visit a lot of, icon sites like the Bund and also the Pudong side with all the high rises and the Huangpu River cruise along the Bund. Shanghai also has a rich, Jewish heritage culture, and we have a wonderful Jewish heritage tour in Shanghai. And the Shanghai Acrobatic Show is one of the must-see activities in Shanghai. The soup dumplings is a wonderful local delicacy and a must-try food when you visit Shanghai. And besides the city tour in Shanghai covering the Yuyuan Garden and the former French concession, we can also set up a day trip to the Asian water towns nearby. And the Suzhou is the most famous one. It's only half an hour train ride, high-speed train ride, one way from Shanghai. We can certainly do a day trip to Suzhou, which is famous for its Asian Grand Canal and the classical gardens. And Hangzhou is 1 hour train ride from Shanghai. It's famous for its West Lake and also the Lingyin temples. Speaking of the high-speed train, and our high-speed train system has very much developed over the past decades. Our high-speed train is very much similar to Shinkansen in Japan, but the train itself is more faster. Very good hotels, luxury 5-star Peninsula in Waldorf, and also a lot of local 3-star boutique hotels. Chengdu is the hometown of pandas. It's a good place to explore the local life. There are quite a few panda centers in Chengdu, and you may want to check with your destination specialist, for the differences of each panda center. And there are quite a few icon sites you need to visit in, like a Jinli Cultural Street, and also in the Quanzhai, the wide and narrow valleys to try the alleys to try the local food and also to explore the local life. good hotels in Chengdu. And the last stop is Guilin. Guilin is located in the southern part of China, which boasts a karst landscape. It has a very much very much similar landscape as Vietnam. The Li River cruise is a #1 highlight of a tour in Guilin, and there are very nice 5-star boats on the river and 4-star as well. It's a 4-hour sailing from Guilin to Yangshuo, and we disembark in Yangshuo, and which is really nice, countryside area. You can explore the rice paddies, and you can do a biking through the local villages. You can see the water buffaloes, and also this show is very famous. It is called The Impression Liu Sanjie, which was directed by Zhang Yimou, who is also the director of the opening ceremony of our 2008 Summer Olympics in Beijing. And in Guilin, and they have wonderful hotels like a Shangri-La property and also the Banyan Tree Hotel in Yangshuo area. Okay, thank you very much for visiting China. I hope that you can send more guests to our way. Thank you.
That's wonderful. Thank you. And, I wanted to mention to you, I was talking to somebody maybe last week, and they reminded me that the terracotta warriors had only recently been discovered. Like, what, in the 90s?
Yeah, 1974.
1974?
Yeah, 1974.
74, okay.
Yeah, that was like a 50 years ago.
50-odd years ago, wow.
Yeah.
Which I think people think that it's, we've discovered it 100 or 200 years ago, but it really wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it actually exported by a local farmer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Xi'an is a very interesting city that's which is the last, capital
Hello
city
everyone,
in China
my name is
who
Clark and
developed
I'm
their
with the
subway
Hong
system.
Oh, okay.
And you can easily tell the reason why we, set up this railway system so late, because of the underground. There are so many relics and the treasures underground. It was the it was the capital city for 13 feudal dynasties.
Wow.
So the most flourishing period in Chinese history, like the Qin dynasty, Han dynasty, Tang dynasty, all put Xi'an as a capital city.
Fascinating.
There are a lot of tombs, imperial tombs.
Yep.
We're joking around that if we want to get something, you just have your shuffle, to get a little digging over there. You will get something.
You'll eventually uncover something. Wow, fascinating stuff. All right, well, thank you so much, Mr. Wang, for coming in. We appreciate it. We love hearing about China, and good luck. It sounds like China's up and coming again, which is great. Very happy about that. All right, so we had some technical difficulties. We figured that piece out, so we're going to go back to the Hong Kong Tourism Board and Mr. Clark Hung, Assistant Manager, Trade Marketing.
Hello everyone, my name is Clark and I'm with the Hong Kong Tourism Board. Thank you Goway Travel for having us at the Goway Asia Forum. Over the next few minutes, I'll give you a quick introduction of what makes Hong Kong a must-see destination, a world-class eats meets West City and events hub with a population of over 7.5 million. And let's start with a quick geography refresher. Hong Kong is located at the southern coast of Chinese mainland and serves as one of the Asia key aviation and transportation hubs. And Hong Kong consists of 3 main areas: Hong Kong Island, Kowloon, and the New Territories, which include the Lantau Island, where our international airport is located. A few Hong Kong essentials to keep in mind when selling Hong Kong. Language is never a barrier for Canadian travelers, as English is an official language alongside Chinese. Canadian passport holders can visit Hong Kong visa-free for stay up to 90 days. And we use Hong Kong dollar. A loonie, 1 Canadian dollar is around 5.6 Hong Kong dollar. Apart from cash, major credit cards like Visa, MasterCard, and Amex are widely accepted in restaurants and retail. We also have a prepaid smart card called the Octopus card. It's still the must-have for everything from transportation to convenience stores. Mobile payments like Apple Pay, WeChat Pay, or Alipay are accepted in most of the merchants. In terms of climates, Hong Kong enjoys mild winters averaging around 10 to 15 degrees Celsius, while summers are warm and tropical, typically over 30 degrees. From Canada, we currently have nearly 50 direct flights per week to Hong Kong. These are operated by Air Canada, Cathay Pacific, and Hong Kong Airlines. Hong Kong is a very heart of Asia, with access to many of the region's popular destinations just 4 to 5 hours away. We connect to over 220 destinations worldwide, with more than 140 airlines flying in and out. Hong Kong is a highly convenient hub for multi-destination journeys, especially for travelers exploring Asia. And the Greater Bay Area is a connected travel region in southern China that includes Hong Kong, Macau, and 9 major cities in Guangdong Province. From Hong Kong, travelers can easily extend the journey to other Greater Bay Area cities by the high-speed rail from Hong Kong. With the logistics covered, here are a few iconic experiences for first-time visitors to Hong Kong. The Star Ferry is a must-do, a short and affordable ride between Central and Tsim Sha Tsui, offering one of the best views of Victoria Harbour. For panoramic skyline views, the Peak is essential. Travelers can take the historic Peak tram from downtown Central, operating since 1888, with dining, shopping, and hiking options at the top. On Lantau Island, the Big Buddha is one of the Hong Kong's most iconic landmarks. Travelers can reach the Buddha site from Tung Chung via the scenic Onping 360 cable car. Or for the adventurers, they can hike up in about 2 hours. And beyond these highlights, Hong Kong offers more than people expect, and we usually focus on 4 core experiences in Hong Kong: arts and culture, culinary, nightlife, and great outdoors. Hong Kong's arts and culture scene is a dynamic blend of traditional and contemporary creativity. A key highlight is the West Kowloon Cultural District, a major arts hub located along Victoria Harbour. The city also features a vibrant gallery scene and hosts international arts events such as Arts Basel Hong Kong and the Hong Kong Arts Festival. West Kowloon Cultural District is Hong Kong's flagship arts and culture hub. It's home to several world-class venues in one area. It brings together several world-class venues in one accessible district, allowing visitors to experience multiple cultural attractions in one visit. Key highlights include the Sichu Center. It is a theater for Chinese opera. The M Plus Museum. It's Asia's first global museum of contemporary visual culture and art. And Hong Kong Palace Museum showcase treasures from Beijing Palace Museum. Beyond these iconic architectures and visual appeals, it is a vibrant destination for travelers interested in immersive art and cultural experiences. And food is one of Hong Kong's biggest attractions, with over 15,000 restaurants across the city, ranging from traditional street food to world-class fine dining. Hong Kong currently has 77 Michelin-starred restaurants, including 7 with 3 Michelin stars. The city continues to gain international recognition, with 2 restaurants featured on the World 50 Best Restaurant list. And in the latest Asia's 50 Best Restaurant list, 6 Hong Kong restaurants are included, with 2 holding the top positions. And Hong Kong is also one of the world's top nightlife destinations, offering everything from rooftop bars to award-winning cocktail experiences. Nightlife is centered around key districts such as Lan Kwai Fong in Central, known for its bar, pubs, nightclubs, and Tsim Sha Tsui in Kowloon, which offers rooftop bars with stunning skyline views over Victoria Harbour. Beyond the bar scene, Hong Kong's night markets also remain popular for a more local nighttime experience. And for 5 consecutive years, a Hong Kong bar has been ranked number 1 in Asia. And last year, Hong Kong reached a new milestone when Bar Leone was named both Asia's best bar and the world's best bar. Earlier this year, Bar Leone was also invited to host the Oscar Governor Ball after party in Hollywood. And I guess many people don't realize that over 70% of Hong Kong is rural area. The city offers more than 130 official hiking trails for all levels, along with over 250 outlying islands, ideals for island hopping and water-based activities. And we are also home to a UNESCO geopark featuring unique volcanic rock formations. Remarkably, most of these outdoor experiences are only within an hour of the city center. And the city hosts a wide range of exciting events throughout the year, creating strong opportunities for seasonal travel products. In the coming weeks, the Hong Kong International Dragon Boat races will take place during the Dragon Boat Festival, with 4 Canadian teams participating this year. In September, visitors can experience the Tai Hang Fire Dragon dance during the Mid-Autumn Festival. And from October 29th to November 1st, Hong Kong will hold one of its signature mega events, the Hong Kong Wine Dine Festival, followed by Gourmet Month, featuring special dining offers and culinary experience across the city. Hong Kong offers over 320 hotels with more than 92,000 rooms, catering to all types of travelers, from value-focused stays to ultra-luxury experiences. Like Rosewood Hong Kong was ranked number 1 in the world's 50 best hotels last year, reinforcing the city's position in a global luxury hospitality landscape. And we're also seeing continued growth in new luxury openings, like the Kim Chen Hong Kong Hotel. And beyond individual experiences and products, Hong Kong plays a key role in wider Asia itineraries, supported by its excellent regional connectivity. It works particularly well when combined with Chinese mainland or other Asia destinations, offering travelers a seamless way to experience Asia. With Hong Kong's mix of world-class attractions, vibrant culture, and easy onward connections, Hong Kong is a nature fit for any Asia multi-destination itinerary. Finally, I would like to take 30 seconds to bring you on a quick journey to Hong Kong.
Information on what our VP of Asia is seeing happening on the Asia side. So you may want to stick around for that. That is coming up right after our Mongolia presentation. And that is a recorded one. So we're going to hit play in 1 second. It is Selena Travel, which, is our partner for Mongolia, and Ms. Batbold, who is the CEO for Selena Travel.
Hello, greetings from Mongolia. My name is Charlotte, and I am delighted to introduce you to my beautiful country, Mongolia, today. In the next few minutes, I'll be sharing a very clear but easy to understand overview of Mongolia, and I'll try to highlight what makes Mongolia such a unique destination. I hope that you find this presentation both informative and inspiring. Some of you may not be very familiar with Mongolia, so I would like to start my presentation with a few key facts about Mongolia. Mongolia is a country located in the Central Asia, and we're bordered by China to the south and Russia to the north. The whole country's population is about 3.5 million people, so we're a relatively small country, but we're also one of the largest landlocked countries in the world. Mongolia is also known for its vast open landscapes and very, very low population density. Our capital city is called Ulaanbaatar, and most of the international flights to Mongolia lands in the capital city, Ulaanbaatar. Now let's look at what makes Mongolia a unique destination. Obviously, one thing that Mongolia is well known for is our nomadic culture. About 30% of the whole country is still leading the traditional nomadic lifestyle, which makes it possible for everyone to meet and interact with the real nomads when they're in Mongolia. Another important and very interesting experience is our accommodation. When you travel to Mongolia, you'll have a chance to sleep in a traditional yurts. If you are in Mongolia in July or in September or October, you will also have a chance to catch one of our biggest festivals, including the Naadam Festival or the Eagle Festival in Western Mongolia. Lastly, I think it is very important to mention, especially with the war that's going on in the Middle East and in Russia and Ukraine, Mongolia thankfully is not directly affected by all this conflict, so which is making Mongolia a very peaceful and welcoming destination for many travelers for the summer and for the upcoming seasons. As mentioned before, we have many colorful and lively festivals in Mongolia during the summer and fall. So I would like to talk about the Naadam Festival, which happens every July, where you can see Mongolian traditional wrestling competition, archery, and horse races. As for the Eagle Festival, it happens in Western Mongolia, which is about 1,600 kilometers away from the capital. So it is a little ways out there, but you can reach the festival places by domestic flight. The Eagle Festivals happen only in September and October, and we have a few different Eagle Festivals, so you can choose depending on your travel dates. Now let's talk about how to go to Mongolia, because this is the most commonly asked question. How do you get there? Which city do we go through, and which airlines to look for? So let's look at from North America. So the best route to travel from North America, depending on the East Coast or the West Coast, the best ways to get to Mongolia is through Seoul or Tokyo or Frankfurt or Beijing, or my favorite one is through Istanbul. The airlines that you could book your flights through is shown here on the screen. The next most commonly asked question is best season to travel. So Mongolia has 4 seasons, and the best months to travel to Mongolia starts around in mid-May, and by end of September is the official ending of the season. Because in October the weather starts to drop really fast and we have lots of snow. So we usually advise our clients to travel in the warmer months. The next important topic about the logistics is transportation. The reason is I've been asked way too many times if I ride horses to my work or when I travel. So no, we do have roads and we use four-wheel drives when we travel out of the country, out of the city, because when traveling to Mongolia, we do a lot of off-road driving. So we always recommend to have four-wheel drives. However, in the city, because the city is just like another city, we have paved roads, so we use buses in the city. And as mentioned before, we use internal flights whenever possible to long distance travel. Next important question is visa. Mongolia is visa-free for many countries, including for US and Canada passport holders, and also for majority of the EU countries. We're currently offering visa-free policy until end of 2026. One important thing that we really need to understand about traveling in Mongolia is gear camps, which is in Mongolian here, but in English we call them yurts. Because Mongolian travel season is so short and so seasonal, we do not have big resorts or big buildings, hotels in the countryside. Instead, we use Mongolian yurts, which is the most suited type of accommodation in Mongolian weather. So what are yurt camps, care camps? They are a collection of yurts, and one yurt equals one room. So when you have one yurt, you're gonna be having one person or two persons staying in them. And the one interesting thing about is usually we do not have the bathroom inside the yurt. So you'll have to use a Western style shared bathroom facilities in a different building. However, nowadays we have a lot of camps offering upgraded version of yurts where you can pay a little bit more extra but have your private bathroom and shower facilities. Last slide about Mongolia travel fact is about Mongolian safety. Mongolia is considered a safe destination with low crime rates, and we were ranked 37th out of 163 countries according to the Global Peace Index in 2025. Regarding the food, we do have very heavy dishes with a lot of meat. However, if your clients are vegetarian or vegan, we can also cater to different dietary restrictions in Mongolia. Regarding the mobile and internet coverage, we have reliable internet and cell phone service in the cities and provincial centers. However, if you travel to remote areas of Mongolia, sometimes you have limited or no cell phone service in the remote regions. Lastly, Mongolia is a very welcoming and tolerant destination in terms of LGBTQ community. However, as Mongolians, we are usually reserved, so we do not have a lot of PDAs in general, regardless of your orientation. So we would kindly ask everyone to respect the local customs and culture. I would like to use the next 2 minutes to talk about two classic Mongolian itineraries. The first one is 7-day Gobi Desert tour. Gobi Desert is one of the top destinations in Mongolia. However, one thing to note is it is a seasonal destination. The yurt camps in the Gobi Desert does not open for the season until mid-May and they close by end of September. So if you have a client for visiting Gobi Desert, they should travel between May and September. For the day-to-day program, this is a 7-day program. It can be extended up to 9 days or 10 days. Day one, we arrive in the capital city, stay in a 3 to 5-star hotel. Day two, we take a day trip to a nearby national park. Day three, we take a 1-hour domestic flight, go to the Gobi Desert, and spend the next 3 days visiting the main attractions of the Gobi Desert, including the Flaming Cliffs, visiting a nomadic family, trying camel riding, etc. On day 6, we take a domestic flight back to the capital city, do a half-day city tour, and on day 7, we depart. The next itinerary that I would like to cover is 7-day and 6-night Central Mongolia tour. One advantage of this itinerary is this can be organized all year long, regardless of the month. So currently I'm showing the 7-day and 6-night itinerary, but this can be shortened to 6 days and 5 nights as well. So when we arrive in the capital city, we usually have 1 night in the city. Then day 2 is a city tour, and we see the giant Genghis statue, which is shown on the slide. On day 3, we travel to central Mongolia and visit the ancient capital park. On the way, we stop at the mini sand dunes. So this itinerary also provides a variety of different landscapes. Day 4 and day 5 are spent visiting the main attractions of the central Mongolia. And on day 6, we travel back to the city, finish our city tour, then stay in a hotel in the city, and day 7 is departure. Is Mongolia the right destination for a client? Sometimes it is hard to say. So here are some points that you could use when you're determining if Mongolia is the right fit for your clients. If they're looking for an authentic and off-beaten destination, or they're very comfortable with being outdoors or nature-based traveling, they're somewhat moderately active and adaptable travelers, or they're looking for a wildlife photography tours, then Mongolia is a right destination. Mongolia could be a right destination for your clients. However, if you have clients who are looking for a very high-end, ultra-luxury resort style accommodations for their traveling, then Mongolia, I'm afraid, is not a good fit for your clients. Thank you so much for joining my presentation today. I hope this was useful for you and you learned a little bit about Mongolia. If you ever have any questions about Mongolia, feel free to get in touch with us, and I look forward to welcoming everybody in Mongolia in the near future.
Just talking off camera that Mongolia is one of those countries again. When it comes to Asia, I'd love to be able to go to Mongolia. Along with pretty much everywhere else. I think we went through the whole list and decided, okay, yep, we want to go there as well. So anyway, lots that we discussed today. I know some of you, I was watching, some of you have been with us since the beginning. Thank you so much for doing that. We hope that you learned a lot today from watching it live. Of course, as we mentioned, we are recording this. We're going to send out that link to everyone, so we're going to keep that conversation going with you. We have some fabulous prizes, including 6 nights in Mongolia. So all of that's going to be happening over the course of the next week or so. We'll be sure to let you know. Anyone that's been with us for some portion of today, you registered, you logged in, you were watching at some point, don't worry, you will be entered into that draw. We have 6 prizes in total just for the folks that have joined us today. But anyway, we started with Moira Smith, VP of Asia, and that is how we're going to end today. We're also going to turn it over to Moira because I think Moira gets to she has her eyes on Asia and our Asia product entirely. So she has a lot of interesting insights to share with us, trends, all that kind of good stuff. We are now going to turn it over to you, Moira, to finish us off for today, our first virtual day for our Asia Forum 2026.
Well, thank you, Ian, and to know those that know me well know that I love to have the last word. But I also have some beautiful slides that I'd like to share. So, Don, how are we doing on that side? There we go. So you've heard from some extraordinary suppliers today, and I hope you're leaving with pages full of notes and ideas that you're going to put into practice. What I want to do is to leave you with 6 things that we're seeing right now in Asia that will help you sell better, inspire a few conversations with your clients, and maybe, just maybe, make you want to book your own trip. So let me start with some news from Goway, because I think it sets a tone for everything I'm about to share. Goway had the best year ever in Asia last year. We had 29% year-on-year growth, and let that land for a minute. That's pretty significant. And to handle that demand, we've grown our FIT team from 25 consultants to 33. Plus, we have 9 dedicated Groups Asia consultants. We are investing heavily in Asia, and that's intentional. On average, our Asia booking is sitting at 22,000, significantly up from just a few years ago. Clients aren't looking for cheap anymore. They're investing. And something to note, and I'm sure you've heard about it today, is at Asia, for what you get at the premium end, it delivers extraordinary value. So who is the Goway client? 60% are couples, 30% are families, and 10% are solo. And we'll be talking a little bit more about that a little bit later. So what's trending? Well, 4 main destinations: Vietnam, China, Philippines, and Japan. Oh, good God.
I was going to say.
How could I forget Japan? So I'm going to talk a little bit into what makes each of those trend. So you've heard all about Japan today, and for good reason. Japan rewards visitors in every season. Spring and autumn, this is a beautiful autumn's color pick, are spectacular, but they've also got summer festivals and winter landscapes in Hokkaido, and their landscapes right over offer something memorable. Beyond the Golden Route, Regions like Kyushu, Okinawa, and Shizuoka are gaining traction. And in actual fact, we're busy expanding our Hokkaido program right now, and we've just launched a ski program. One piece of advice, and I'm sure you've heard this today as well, if cherry blossom or autumn colors are non-negotiable for your clients, book now. These periods fall 12 months in advance, and the best small group experiences go first. China is our fastest growing destination right now. After years of reduced access, travelers are excited to go back, and it's delivering. We've completely revamped our China products to suit today's traveler, and we've got great expertise in our team. Vietnam is quietly surging. It's one of my favorite destinations that keeps revealing new layers. And what we're finding is that visitors are coming back to the same places that they resonated with, but they're also going further north or further south. It's a long, beautiful country, and it pairs beautifully with Cambodia and Laos, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. The Philippines is one to watch. It's still under the radar for many North American travelers, but the word is getting out. It's got extraordinary island scenery, world-class diving, warm hospitality, and it's a destination that rewards a curious traveler who's ready to go beyond the obvious. But let's just go back to China and talk practically. Firstly, Canadian clients have visa-free access for up to 30 days until the 30th of December. And for your American clients, there's a 10-day visa-free transit policy applies as long as they add a third country. Hong Kong counts, so San Francisco, Hong Kong, Beijing routing works beautifully. And I also want to give you a word of caution. As China rebounds, so do the low-cost operators. These are heavily subsidized group tours that look extraordinary value on paper, but they rely on mandatory shopping stops and commission-driven detours. Your clients deserve better. China is too magnificent a destination to experience through the wrong lens, and your reputation is too valuable to risk on a shortcut. One of the strongest trends that we're seeing right now is that clients are turning the journey into part of the trip. These 4 stopover destinations, Singapore, Hong Kong, Taipei, and Seoul, are all world-class destinations in their own right. So a well-placed stopover adds richness, excitement, and real value, and often at little or no extra cost to the airfare. So suggest a stopover. Your clients will thank you. And talking of stopovers brings me to multi-destination traveler. Clients are staying longer, they're exploring more, and they're combining destinations that complement each other beautifully. Multi-destination itineraries really deliver richer experience, greater value, and a much more exciting sell. And I think no region on earth combines as naturally as Asia. I'm going to share some of these slides with you of some of the top 4 destinations that combine beautifully. And I also want to point out that everyone on these slides are Goway destination specialists taken of themselves in the destination. So Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos, one of the great Southeast Asia journeys. These 3 countries complement each other beautifully, each with a completely distinct personality, and really, really match beautifully together. India and the Maldives, I've just come back from India, that's me in the middle in the red sari, is a pairing that works really on every level. The intensity, the color, and the sensory richness of India, followed by the pure restorative simplicity of the Maldives. It's the ultimate soft landing, and a combination that delivers 2 completely different but equally extraordinary experiences in one trip. Korea and Japan, Old Soul, New Energy, 2 of Asia's finest destinations side by side in a combination that we are seeing a lot more of. Thailand and Malaysia work beautifully together. The temples and beaches of Thailand, the rainforests and remarkable food culture of Malaysia, the cosmopolitan energy of Kuala Lumpur, and the extraordinary wildlife of Borneo, all just a short flight away. Asia rewards the curious. It's one of the world's richest regions for immersive, off-the-beaten-path travel, and clients are increasingly asking for just that. They want to go deeper, move slower, and come back transformed. So these are the ones that we think deliver well beyond the, or if you take the less traveled path in these destinations, they will reward you. So Thailand's islands are no longer just Phuket and Samui. We're seeing a real shift in requests for Koh Muk, Koh Lipe and Koh Lanta, coming up more and more, and they're prized for their unspoiled beauty and the genuine sense of escape. Bali remains extraordinary, but Indonesia is so much more than just one island. We're seeing clients increasingly ready to go forward or further, and the rewards are remarkable. Komodo is unlike anywhere else on Earth. Dramatic landscapes, the famous dragons, and some of the world's finest diving. And talking of finest diving, Raja Ampat, I think, is one of the most, or certainly one of the most pristine diving destination in the world because of its remoteness. I couldn't leave off Borneo. Borneo is the world's third largest island, and it's home to one of the oldest rainforests on Earth. For the client who's done Thailand, done Bali, done Vietnam, and is asking what next, Borneo should be next. And then there's Mongolia, which you've just listened to 8 minutes from our lovely Mongolia partner. This is truly the last truly nomadic nation on Earth where these ancient traditions are a living, breathing way of life. You've also heard all about Uzbekistan. This is Silk Road history that you can touch, and honestly, if you've been many other places, this one is going to move you like nowhere else. There's so much more that we could have touched today, and Asia is endlessly rich, but whatever the destination, consider this. Build in what we call the soft landing. It could be a retreat, a beach stay, a mountain retreat. It could be, I can't read my slides, but it could be off the beaten path destinations like Luang Prabang. Could be a spa stay. It could be a retreat. I recently spent 3 weeks in India, and it is intense, unpredictable, and it'll push your clients out of their comfort zone in a way that no other destination quite does. But for the right ones, the curious ones, the open-hearted ones, it's nothing short of extraordinary. It's vibrant, chaotic, colorful, it's utterly alive. But after 2 weeks, I finished with 6 days at Six Senses Vanna near Rishikesh. Excuse me. I didn't realize how much I needed those 6 quiet days until I was in them. Having 6 quiet days to breathe and reset made the whole experience feel complete. I cannot recommend Six Senses Vanna highly enough. Now, 10% of our Asia travelers travel solo. It's a small number, it's growing fast, and the solo women segment in particular is one of the most exciting opportunities out there. This is a market that is often high spending, and these travelers have been underserved by the industry for too long. They don't want to be an afterthought on a couple's tour. They want itineraries designed with them in mind, safe, social where they want to be, and private when they don't. This is also a picture that Don, in fact, took recently in India of 2 of my team. And I think it just beautifully promotes one of our 3 Asian women's tour. And this is the spirit of India, Northern India at its most vivid and contrasting. And it's a journey for the woman who's ready to be changed by a destination. Our second women's journey is the spirit of Thailand. And again, this is a wonderful opportunity for culture, wellness, and unforgettable beauty. It's Thailand at its most nourishing. And finally, a really big trend is K-beauty in Korea. So we have a fantastic Korean K-beauty and wellness women's journey. And this is where you'll see cherry blossoms. We've timed it over the cherry blossom season. Wellness rituals in Jeju's volcanic coast. It's South Korea through a deeply feminine lens. So I'll leave you with this. Chinese proverb says, "He who returns from a journey is not the same as he who left." Nobody comes back from Asia unchanged. They come back curious, inspired, a little different, and already thinking about when they can return. Thank you for spending today with us.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Moira. But I'm not going to let you go that easily. I've got...
Very happy?
Right. Excellent. 2 things that I wanted to discuss with you. Interesting, a couple of weeks ago, I was at ASTA, and they had a presentation there on value. and the speaker said to the audience, how many of you in this room thinks that the Caribbean represents good value? And a few hands went up. He talked about whether or not your clients are millionaires or they're middle income. Everybody wants value. That's the key right now, right?
Very true.
Right. So would you say that Asia is a value proposition? It's a value destination.
Without doubt and with absolute conviction. And it's true value, to mention what you just said, at every price point.
Right.
If you're looking for that absolute luxury, you will get more bang for your buck in Asia than you will anywhere else in the world. I really, really believe that.
Okay. Well, that is an endorsement, if any. And I had a feeling you would say that because that is what I hear as well from those people that travel to that region. The last thing, and it was just a conversation I was having with an agent throughout the course of today. And her question was, if you were a travel advisor and you wanted to go after the Asia market, what would you do? What would be your advice to this travel advisor who is saying now, you know what, I'm interested, I'm intrigued, I want to promote Asia, and I want to sort of, expand my my product offering to my client base to Asia. What would be your advice?
Well, I think the first thing I would do is, there's the older adage that says sell what sells. So I would certainly invest in the 4 trending destinations, and that would be the 4 that I mentioned, specifically Japan, China, Vietnam, and I just gone blank on what I said earlier, but the reality, and the Philippines. We've got so many great tools, and I'm sure you've spoken about them during the day, whether it's our travel academy, listening to our webinars. But the biggest thing is, if once you choose the destinations you want to sell, and of course you will get clients that want elsewhere, honestly, talk to us. We can help you. And when you book or you work with one of our Asia clients, but my advice is, choose the destinations you want to specialize in.
Okay, fair enough. Good advice. I think probably by being part of today is a really good start on that road to becoming a travel advisor that says, you know what, Asia is, as you mentioned, Moira, up and coming, and I want to make sure that I'm putting that in front of my guests. And I think that's a big part of it, is introducing your guests. Maybe they haven't even thought about Thailand or the Philippines or China, but you talking to your guests about it is really the first step. So
I agree. And, think about it. If somebody wants to go to the Caribbean or Tahiti, you've got Maldives, you've got beautiful beaches, anywhere you're looking for a beach destination. And the same thing goes whether it's a mountain. If you're looking for culture, well, Asia has it in abundance. It's, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it is the destination or a region that we believe in. Of course, you obviously believed in it as well because you've been part of our Asia Forum today, our virtual day, and we want to thank you so much for being with us. And I was looking, some of you have been with us since the beginning, the hours and hours ago, Moira. Wow. We've learned so much between now and then. Remember, as I mentioned earlier, we will be recording this. So we're going to keep the conversation between us and you going. We're going to be providing you the link, I think, Don. We're also going to get you a link to our booklet that we have created for our Asia Forum, which is a great summary, really, of everything that we have talked about, all of the presenters that we have had here today, and you can use it as your textbook on how you can go after the Asia market in total. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the prizes. Some of you have texted me. What about the prizes, Ian? Do we have any prize? Of course we have prizes. We have 5 in total. I'm just going to run through them very quickly for you, and I want you to know that if you watched any part of today, any part of our live presentation today, you are included in the draw. We're going to have that draw I would say within a week, right, Moira?
Yes, we've got the roadshow through the rest of the week, and then we will come back and do that.
Excellent. So we've got a couple of other dates that we're going to deal with later this week. Then when we have a chance, we're going to take care of the draws. So what are we giving away? One prize will be a 3-night stay in Seoul. We've got another 3 nights in the Maldives. which is wonderful. 3-night Mekong.
Mekong.
I knew I had it right earlier. Mekong River Cruise. That's one of our other prizes. Mongolia keeps coming up towards the end of today. 6 nights in Mongolia. That would be a very cool prize. And then, of course, courtesy of EXO Travel, we have our grand prize, which is 6 nights in Thailand.
That
6
is
nights in
awesome.
total. Right. 2 nights in Bangkok, 2 nights in Chiang Mai, and 2 nights in Phuket.
That is fantastic.
So that is a lot of prizes. That's 5 in total, and we're gonna get those winners announced later this week. Give us a chance to get through our road show where we're going to be in person in a couple of venues, and then we will revisit that and get those prizes to you.
Fantastic.
Any last words, Moira, before we say goodbye for the day?
No, but I would love to say that for every booking that comes out of here in the next 3 to 6 months, you will get $100 on your rewards card if you quote the Asia Forum 2026.
Beautiful.
Additional rewards card.
In addition to your regular commission, we're going to give you $100 cash onto your Goway Pro loyalty card. Some of you may be wondering, what is that? How do I learn more? GowayPro.com. That's where you're going to find our travel academy. That is where you're going to find our marketing materials. And you're also going to find information on our Goway Pro virtual Visa card that when you start booking with Goway, we're going to put money onto it. Moira just said, what is it, within 3 months?
In fact, let's make it within 6 months.
Within 6 months. Make a booking with Goway, obviously to Asia, and quote the fact that you were part of the virtual Asia Forum Day in June 2026, and we will give you an additional $100. And it's cash, right? It goes on. You can use it to shop at Amazon. Or I always tell this story. I was at a travel event, a conference a few months ago, and a travel advisor told me she used her virtual Visa, her Goway Pro card, to pay her utility bill.
Wow.
And I thought, okay, that's not really what the program's designed for. I kid. We want you to use it for something fun, like buying shoes or shopping at Amazon. But of course, it's the versatility of the program. You can absolutely pay your electricity bill for the month or whatever you want to do with it. Anyway, it's your money and it's on your card. So I think that's it. I want to say again, on behalf of all of us at Goway, Don behind the screen putting all of this together. We have more than a few people that have helped us put today together. And of course, most importantly, thank you to you out there who have watched with us today, have really made that investment into your career, into your business. We believe so strongly in the value of a travel advisor in this day and age. I can't think of a better region to have a travel advisor on your side than Asia. You want to have somebody who's educated on the area and the region. We believe that. We believe in travel advisors. That's why we put on today. That's why we made it all about let's learn as much as we can about Asia so that we can sell. And we do know the more that we learn, the more we earn, right?
Absolutely.
It is cliche, but it is true. And as I say, on behalf of everyone here at Goway, thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope you enjoyed it. Bye, everyone.